From Amman to Berlin, the Global Disability Summit has built a shared movement for disability inclusion. We asked our partners and representatives of organizations of persons with disabilities how they're using the GDS process to drive progress in finance, governance, youth leadership, and national systems. Here's what they had to say. How is the GDS strengthening leadership among marginalized OPDs?
Through the GDS process and workshops, we gain tools such as inclusive policy, framework, disability inclusive budgeting guides, and participatory monitoring models. These resources will help us track our progress more effectively and advocate for inclusion in government and donor programming.
How are OPDs shaping national disability priorities in Cambodia?
Workshop in Cambodia for prioritize what is personal assistance in the government. Two is like the build capacity of OPD regarding to the UNCRPD. Three, inclusive information and also digitalization. And number four, accessibility infrastructure. This is the four prioritize that Cambodia was conduct in the September, and this will be set of our strategy and also our advocacy to advocate with the government to ensure that four prioritize will be adopted.
How are the Global Disability Summit tools supporting OPDs in working with governments?
This workshop in Thailand that have given us really the opportunity to learn from the GDS objectives and also the markers that will be assisting for the organizations of persons with disability to work with the government because they need tools.
How are OPDs using the DAC marker to demand accountability?
That marker will definitely be an important tool for OPDs to demand accountability from donors to make sure that resources are adequately funded in all the projects. For example, many projects do not include budget for reasonable accommodation.
How are young persons with disabilities driving change after the Global Disability Summit?
Global Disability Summit has been a transformative experience, and one of the inspiring part was the youth call to action. Being a part of these youth-led networks, we are actively focusing on health and with the young girls and women with disabilities, because being a health professional, I believe that we should all do some work related to sexual and reproductive health.
How is disability inclusion expanding access to finance?
So, one of the things that as part of our GDS commitment at BFFI and also our five partners to that commitment, we have agreed to create a disability inclusive finance community of practice that we will all support. And what we want to do here is create a global community, a forum for stakeholders across the financial services and the disability inclusion sectors to come together, to share knowledge, to collaborate, to work on innovations, to share best practices and to find solutions. So with the support of our five partners, we're looking to launch that community of practice in early 2026, help to achieve equitable access to financial services for people with disabilities.
How are financial regulators removing barriers for persons with disabilities?
ALFI has a global network of 90 member institutions, most of which are from the Global South. Many of these countries' central bank members have expressed concern that there are so many barriers for persons with disabilities in accessing financial services. This topic has built a lot of momentum within our network. How can central bank members take into consideration removing some of the barriers or mitigating some of these issues for persons with disabilities in accessing financial services in a more inclusive manner?
How is the Global Disability Summit helping countries implement disability inclusive policies?
The GDS has really helped, bring together partners, UNICEF, the International Disability Alliance, with the Global Disability Fund, and GIZ, to establish a help desk which will support countries in the implementation of the Amman Berlin Declaration. It will help provide training on the declaration as well as how to plan and then track expenditures as part of the commitment. So UNICEF partners closely with different ASEAN sectoral bodies alongside the ASEAN Disability Forum. We'll be working towards the end of the year on OPD consultations to inform the new ASEAN Disability Rights Framework, which hopefully will reflect many of the priorities and commitments already made as part of the GDS.
How are GDS tools guiding disability inclusion in government programs?
The DIC marker is really one of the key tools that the Amman Berlin Declaration is suggesting, and many governments that have been endorsing the declaration are already working on that. It has been very helpful to have an open feedback mechanism, but also an exchange on understanding each other's needs and priorities. And I mean, for me as UNICEF, it has been very crucial to listen to the needs of OPDs and how we can better support them and also implement the marker together.
How is the Global Disability Summit creating stronger influence for OPDs across the region?
Through the GDS process, OPDs are energized. I also see commitment on the budget already is benefiting the OPDs. Many of the OPDs engaged in the GDS process are our close partners. So I feel that by reviewing the post-GDS plan and linking it with our regional plan, we ensure the momentum, the hope, the optimism generated by GDS can be kept alive for the coming years.